Hey everybody, this is your pal Cindy Allen here, Editor-in-Chief of Interior Design, and today we are in for a very special event because we are cutting the ribbon, so to speak, on the Haworth Hotel at Hope College in Holland, Michigan. We all know Haworth as a global leader in the contract furnishings industry, don't we? Well, then it's no surprise when I tell you they're also a leader in their community. And it's the family's long-standing commitment and generosity to Holland that manifests itself in projects like this one, the Haworth Hotel. Okay, so today we're going to talk to Dick Haworth and get the history of the family's long-standing relationship with Hope College. And then, hang on, we're going to get a private tour with world-renowned Patricia Urquiola, who designed the hotel, and we'll also be speaking with the Global Brand Director of Haworth and my dear friend, Kurt Vandisher. Dick, first of all, I'm so happy to see you. How are you?
I'm delighted to see you, and I'm doing very, very well.
So you're sitting in the lobby of the Haworth Hotel, which we're going to take a tour of. I'm very excited about that. But I know your relationship, the family's relationship to Hope College goes back quite a ways.
This building was occupied in '97. I think we broke ground 18 months before that. And we did it with the capability that we had as a company at that time. But as you know, our capability has grown tremendously since the mid-90s. And the facility here was a little bit dated, but it was very well taken care of. So we thought, okay, let's get involved in this project and let's take it up to date with the capabilities, with really great design leadership from Patricia. And so we've been doing it. We had a lot of fun doing it, and it's turned out great.
Yeah, what do you think about all these young students, all these open minds, and this college and now the hotel is going to give them insight into design that they never had before in their lives, probably?
If anything we learned through the pandemic is that we're social animals.
Yes.
And that engaging people socially and seeing the smiles, and those things make a big, big difference. And so this is a perfect time to have this facility open.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to thank you and the Haworth family for your generosity to this community, for your philanthropy, which could be a whole other show, but just how active you are and how much you care about Holland, Michigan, and now you have this physical presence for a whole new generations to come to be together, and really you're communicating design to them as well. So I want to thank you so much, Dick.
Well, you're welcome. It's really fun to do, too.
Okay, now we're going to head outside to meet Kurt. Here we go. We have my good friend, the amazing Patricia Urquiola in Milan. And Kurt, you are standing in front of the new Haworth Hotel.
Hello, Cindy. Hello, Patricia. I'm live in Holland, Michigan at the entrance of the new Haworth Hotel.
Wow. You guys, we're so used to being together, so we're going to have to make this work with our technology. But Kurt, I know in the 90s it was the Haworth Inn, and now it's the Haworth Hotel. Can you give us the space in between and how it all got started in terms of getting it moving to today?
Sure, Cindy. In the middle of Holland is Hope College, and the Haworth family and the Haworth company had a great relationship. So the family and the company made a gift. The Haworth Inn was built in 1997, and it was a great resource. And then fast forward, it was a little tired. Things have changed. Enter Patricia Urquiola. And we just thought, you know what a great opportunity to take kind of a classic kind of Dutch architecture in Holland and kind of rethink what it could be in today's terms.
And Patricia, how was it as a project? I know some of it was going on during COVID, which is tricky too.
We are crossing a very experimental period of our life.
Right.
That is
Right.
one of the experiments we are doing, no? And in the studio. But it's been an interesting experience because obliged us to be brave and to be really humble and to be open to speak through any kind of instrument, and to do the hotel in this last year has been a really incredible adventure.
Amazing, amazing. Well, I wish we were all touring together, but Kurt's the best. You know, Kurt, you're gonna take us through it. I know you're standing in front of the hotel. So there's the terrace and there's this outdoor area. So why don't you get us started?
All right, well, I'm here in the front of the hotel, and it's sort of becoming the entrance for the college, so there's a round rotunda. And we started with kind of putting a new face on the hotel, and in the vein of being very sustainable, which we are and our community is, we put Patricia designed a new terrace with a planted roof, beautiful. And then we used our Janice at Sea products, some of which Patricia designed.
Patricia, tell us about the entrance and the greenery.
We just had a change with this roof, the little roof in the entrance, and we just did a flat roof with the greenery. Then just very simple thing. And in my dream, I think bit by bit there are gonna be chairs outside and places to sit, and then we are gonna invade the outside. I don't know, bit by bit. This thing will happen, I'm sure.
Fantastic. Okay, so Kurt, take us into the lobby where I understand there is a huge transformation.
There is a huge, follow me, are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Cover your eyes. Here we go. Welcome to the Haworth Hotel. This is our grand entrance. When you walk in, you're going to see this beautiful spiral staircase.
Okay, Patricia, you have to tell us about the staircase.
Well, we had an entrance that was very important to connect the two levels, and was a conversation of creating the idea of having an enlarged space and creating a stair that was connecting with the first level, where we have some meeting rooms and some social spaces. Then it was quite simple ideas, the only element of architecture there. Then,
so I understand there's a lot of flexible spaces in the lobby, but there is the cafe. So situate us there and then take us around.
Okay, so when you come in here, when you go to the left, there's two lounges, a Capellini to the right, and right behind me is a casino lounge. When we go around the corner, follow me to the left, you'll find our coffee shop and our cafe. And that really is a place for gathering. It's a place to have something to eat, to have a cup of coffee or a smoothie. And then Patricia talks a lot about the connection to outdoors, which you see here in front of me. And then that starts to show some of the rooms that you can reserve for meetings or meals. And we'll go into this room here. I'll show you one of these beautiful rooms.
So Kurt, are we going into one of the meeting rooms that you can kind of book a space?
This is one of the small ones. Mm-hmm. So when you think about these rooms, we have places for small groups of 5 or 6 people all the way up to 400. So there's 7 different bookable rooms of all different sizes for organizations, nonprofits, businesses, for planning meetings, for events, for seminars, conferences, dining, banquets, your choice.
and they are very transparent and really connected in between. That I think I like, because this one is connected with the outdoor, with the coffee. We like this idea, of visual connections, even if the audio of the other elements, they were well studied, but in some way all these visual transparencies were important for us, and the change of color to create a space in a space, or the differences in between those spaces.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you think about, we were talking about what an inn used to be, which you think of all these small spaces, and then this, it feels really open and airy and welcoming.
Well, if you think about the fact that we're on a college campus, you have lots of students, but people, it's kind of where we are today after the pandemic. It's like everybody relates to different spaces, and one of the beautiful parts about Patricia's design is she comes from residential world, from corporate world, from university world, you name it, she's done it. So there's the variety that they've created here. So, you know, you look at the lounge pieces here, just the different colors that are brought to be, the different stylings. One of the rooms here, which is available just to meet, not reserved, or for dining, is spectacular. And so it's this kind of mix of like a living room that you might find in your house, or a table you could have a meeting at, or you could dine at. So the variety of spaces here are kind of endless.
Well, you know, one of the things that's amazing about Haworth is the family of brands, and I understand that, you know, you were able to use a lot of a big eclectic mix of the different brands. And I understand one side is Casina and the other side is Capellini. Is that right?
Yes, then sometimes we mix the things, but
right.
In some way we like to create two different sitting rooms, and then as we were using Janus outside, we were using
right.
In one of the first sitting room Casina, and the other one Capellini, and but the idea is to make flow, no, the relation
right.
between the companies we have. Right?
So let's talk about this beautiful staircase is a connector between the first and second floor. And so when you head up to the second floor, what will we find?
Yeah, we're going up the stairs, and Patricia talks about connecting, and I think it's a great way when you think about staircases, or sometimes in corporate offices, people will use staircases to connect one floor to another and just kind of have it be from a human standpoint. And then when you get here, there are both hotel meeting spaces, but there's also dining spaces. So adjacent, right to the right of the space, is a beautiful meeting room, or it could be a dining room with, again, a connection to outdoors that overlooks the campus. So you can see really how the variety of the spaces, and the light comes in from the lobby.
Patricia, is this the first time that the hotel is connecting the first floor with the second floor, and this idea of lobby into conference conference area?
See, the place was done in another way, in some way. Then there was not this connection. We did them in a quite simple way, just always trying to keep what was existent and just adding or eliminating some walls. We quite cleaned the space. Then I think it was more a kind of attitude. Our attitude was to eliminate more than to do a construction inside the space.
I bet, and you know, because I understand it was an inn, and when you think about an inn, you actually do think about really small, closed-in spaces, and just seeing Kurt there, and it feels very, very open and inviting.
I think all of us, we can understand the circumstance, but I think all the drawings and all the plans and changes we had in our mind, they came out very well. Then we really create a pre-lobby, very important, and then a secondary lobby, which is with double layer, with a double height, capital 2, and then the secondary spaces, they are important. Then I think space came out, and I'm very happy about that.
So let's talk about the guest rooms.
So what's exciting about these rooms are they were kind of dark and dingy. And you know, this is again where Patricia's design prowess and beautifulness comes to shape. So from
her brilliance,
yes, from the textured wall, from the light cove that you see here, which you kind of don't see the light, but you feel the light. It just feels warm. And Casina produced all the desks, the luggage cases. There's a mix of Haworth products in here. If you look at the headboard on the bed, you know, this is something most people don't think of Haworth, but part of the Haworth family of companies is Casina Contract, and this is what they do.
I like this idea of a headboard, which is like an element of architecture, a wooden frame where things get on it, then gives a kind of value. That is something for me important.
And you can even see here this beautiful little side table, you know, for the clock, for the plug-ins, and you know, this is all designed so you can shut the lights off or turn them on from your bed, so all the modern conveniences of technology. And this beautiful little resting bench that you could just sit here, and if you flew in late and you had to have room service or late night dinner and had your breakfast here, just in a nice view to the outside of the beautiful campus of Hope College.
Yeah, so there's a place to rest, a place to work, and a place to hang out.
Yeah, right. And then we have to see the bathrooms. If you look, even the mirrors are from Casina in the rooms. And then if you go into the restrooms, You'll see the beautiful tile from Italy and the Kohler fixtures in the sink, bathroom, and the shower. So you get a sense of really the clean design, and really just everything's kind of appropriate.
I love, Patricia, you were saying how much the kids were loving the bathrooms, right?
They said to me yesterday that the young students, they want to go to the room just for the bathroom, especially. That
wow.
means there was something in that sample proposal that connected with the imagination of of the students, that I like it a lot. I think we played with the very simple human and normal elements in a room, not spectacular, but very domestic and and I hope contemporary.
So Kurt, I'm really excited to see the suite, which I understand has the most dramatic transformation, and that it used to be a boardroom, right?
Oh yes. When I first asked Patricia, would she please consider transforming this very out-of-date inn into a beautiful modern hotel, we met with the college president at the time. It was an interim president, and we had a big meal in this boardroom where I'm standing, and it was just straight out of the 80s. So I don't have to describe much for you. And then, you know, Patricia does what she does. It's just amazing. Of course, we have brand new casino products here, the dining table and chairs, this beautiful wood wall behind me. And we really said to the hotel, I think we need a suite. If you think about nice hotels, some people like to stay in a suite. And then we made a living room here, and it's so many of our new products and things that you might put in your office or home. And we've created this beautiful place.
Beautiful. I mean, Kurt, what do you think about this? You know, for some of these students, it's going to be the first time they're getting a taste of what high design, but very welcoming. You know, somebody like Patricia, they may not have ever seen her kind of work before.
You know, it's been the most fun. We've been working here for 2 weeks getting this place ready, and the college finished about 4 weeks ago, but they do a lot of research projects like any college, and they have summer students in the coffee shop open, and they're coming here, and just to hear their comments, they're like, this place is amazing. And then what's funny is, you know, they're coming back and they're like, where are they going to squat? Like, I'm going to study over here. I'm going to have lunch over here. This is my corner. This is my room. So it just makes us smile because they're students, they're young, their world is their oyster, and they're coming to a place that they've not experienced that's been designed for today's times and today's life.
You know, what's amazing to me is that, Patricia, you've been working with Haworth for years now, and have been in Michigan, you know, I don't know if it's hundreds of times, but now this is an anchor in a town where they can really
yes, that was the intention.
Really see you and your perspective on design, and this positivity that you have, and this community and this collaboration.
Yes, it's because I hope the coffee will grow in the use, and we can play with it more. Because I think people can come and not only come to the coffee and work and use the spaces and also I think the idea of the Haworth family was, I think, really intention is, as always, to collaborate in a very direct and very sincere way with the community.
Yes, Kurt, so the next time it's Patricia, myself, and you, all three of us together at Hope College and at the Haworth Hotel.
Patricia, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the great work of you and your team, because we can't wait to welcome the guests here.
This period is it's making us a bit more passionate, more, in some way to understand the value of being together. Then when we are gonna be together, it's gonna be fantastic.
Fantastic. We will have the suite all ready.